I thought I would get called out sooner, but I finally heard someone say, hey, why are you calling this channel Photography is Meditation? You don't talk a lot about meditation, do you? Here's the thing. I've had this theory for a very long time that there are times in our life where we kind of want to hide the broccoli in the cake. Some people are weirded out by meditation. Some people don't know what it's about. And some people have had kind of bad experiences with meditation, Seek emptiness, right? People say that all the time. So I have, for instance, meditation beads. My mom made these, by the way. So there's 108 beads. And what happens is they're segmented such that when you go along, there's little beads and big beads you can count. And the most basic thing you can do, and by the way, rosary, same sort of thing, right? What you do is you just count, you breathe in. And on the out breath, which you should go deeper on both sides, on the out breath, you move one bead and then you go up. And that's meditation, right? But that's a type of meditation. So I figured I'd put my money where my mouth is. I thought I would tell you a little bit about photography as meditation, and I would give you a sense of what I'm getting at. And then, we can talk about why it's important. Let's start there. The idea is if I can get you to focus on focusing and I can get you to pay attention to now, a lot of cool things happen. And so let's talk just a little more about that. So the whole reason that I advocated when we started this just a little bit ago, that you buy yourself a camera does not have to be the most fancy camera in the world. You just buy something that is a standalone device from your phone. It's because if you have this in your hands, then you don't have your phone in your hands. And we both know that when you have your phone in your hand and a message pops up or you get the vibration or whatever, there goes focus, right? Now, meditation is not about perfection. Let's start there, right? It's not about you have to get a flawless meditation score. There are no points. One of my favorite people in this world for this kind of thing, Pema Chodron, said that she is still to this day one of the worst meditators that she knows. She's been at it for decades and decades. She's one of the most important people in the world for talking about meditation and teaching it, and says she's not so great at it. So number one, you now have permission to not be the world's best meditator, but here's what you think, here's what you do, here's how we go through it together. So imagine you're in there and you're taking your shot, and then you start suddenly thinking about work. Just go, okay, just say okay. Accept that thought came, and then get back to shooting. Get back to looking at a thing and taking the picture. The reason I use cameras that have a viewfinder, by the way, is so that I can put my face right up to it. By the way, with glasses, not as easy, right? But I put my face right up to it, and then I'm like, this tiny little bitty sensor is where I'm putting the world. Now, you might say, oh, but I've got a LCD back screen or whatever. Great, use the shiny back screen, it's fine. I'm not saying what to do or not do. Sometimes during the day, it's easier for me to do that, or if I'm trying to go for an angle or something like that, that's fine too. My point is, put your face into the camera for a minute. Take your thoughts and ideas and put them on right here and right what's in front of you. Focus on filling the frame with the image that you want. That's photography as meditation. But then let's go kind of another layer down, because after that we can talk about the idea of what you shoot. Sometimes will give you some thoughts back on your day and your feelings and what's going on. And sometimes how you shoot will give you some thoughts as well, right? Let's really talk this through just a tiny bit more. As I'm recording this to you, or recording this for you, with you, as you and I are talking right now, I shot some photos in the winter time, and I was noting just kind of how lucky I am, how fortunate I am that in a world where there's all this other stuff going on, that there are other people whose job it is to make my world better by taking care of snow, for instance. So snow plows and excavators and people with little snow blowers and all that. And I was thinking, man, it's so nice that we sort of forget sometimes just how many people are making our life better, whether or not we're actually thinking about it. And I think that I was feeling really grateful about that. And sometimes when there's snow all over the place, you start not thinking grateful thoughts. You don't feel gratitude. And so I guess I was thinking of this might be a way to feel gratitude by really capturing these moments. So see what I'm saying? That is a sense of photography as meditation. What if you're mad about something? What if you get in an argument with the other half, or you get in an argument about something at work, like someone just doesn't understand why something is important to you and you can't get it across? The answer is not coming from photography, and that's not the point. Just like the answer doesn't come from meditation. The point is, if you can break your brain out of the stuff that you're spinning on, you can then get yourself into a spot where you could think about it some more. You could say, okay, all right, that's not working. And instead of trying to solve the problem, because meditation often is not a workshop, it's just supposed to be whoosh, I'm going to let it out. I'm going to take my next step. So what I'm doing with photography is, I might have something bugging me. I'll get the camera out and I'll just start shooting about something. I will go somewhere, get dropped off. I will travel to some place, get out and walk around for a little bit and see what I can see. And then a lot of times what happens is, when I finally stop paying attention or thinking about work, and when I finally really submit to the process, surrender to that moment and just say, I'm here to take my film, then sometimes the solution just flies up and bites me in the mouth. It just says, here's a solution for you. And then everything goes wonderfully. I think we think that meditation is supposed to be a tool, or we think that it's like, we have to sit in the perfect pose and whatever. There's many, many, many ways to meditate. But there's two things I like to do. Can I just focus on now, right now? Can I stop having to shuffle things? I mean, look, I had so much anxiety earlier today. I had so much anxiety, and I went down this crazy rabbit hole. I was like, oh my gosh, and then this is gonna happen, and then I'm gonna die. My kids don't have any way to support themselves yet. They don't know how to. How are they gonna take care of this? They're not even gonna be able to bury me. I'm gonna have to throw myself into the bushes and just wait to decompose. Right? And like, none of it's happening today. Now is today. Today is now. I only have to think about today right now. And I don't mean sort of like, the grasshopper and the ant. I just mean right now, today, I'll just put this on my plate. Life, a lot of times, we think we have to eat the whole buffet, and we sure don't. One of the things about photography that I love so much is I can go out and think about this kind of analogy. What fits in the little viewfinder is the frame, and you can only put what's in the frame in the frame. You don't walk around doing 360-degree panoramas all day, right? You don't think all day long about everything. You just take your shot. That's like meditation, right? Are you with me? You're with me, right? One last idea for you to take with about the idea of photography specifically as meditation. One way that I use photography as often as I can is to celebrate imperfection. I use classic vintage lenses. Between my slowly but faster than I wish fading eyesight, and between, the way I'm shooting, a lot of my photos come out imperfect, and I post them anyway, and I like them anyway, and I use old-timey vintage lenses from the 60s, 70s, and 80s that don't always get as crisp and sharp as modern super quality technology can get. Sometimes I get a really crisp shot, but that sense of embracing perfection and giving myself permission and saying, hey, I can put up whatever I want. I could be the real me that I am. I don't have to be perfect. I'm flawless. I mean, my gosh, you've seen me by now, right? So think about that too. Think about that as being a way that you can use this. All right, look, two things and we're going to get out of here. Number one, I have heard so many compliments and nice things said. Thank you so much. I have a bunch of new subscribers. I would like to hit, I think I'm at 400 something as you and I are talking. If you haven't hit subscribe, you are one of the 86% of people who say, that guy's nice, I like him, he's very soothing, what a different kind of voice. And then you don't hit subscribe, which tells me maybe you don't. Push the little button, it's free, costs no dollars it turns out. Just push subscribe and you can cancel it, absolutely free. I'll even help. Thank you, so that's number one. Number two, I have started to receive some emails from you and I love them. Send an email, say hi, tell me how you're feeling, catch me up. It doesn't have to be about photography. Maybe you just don't have someone to talk to right now. That's cool. I am your guy to talk to. Chris@chrisbrogan.com, super easy. I'll catch up with you, right? I've got a whole pile of topics to cover. I've got years of stuff we can connect about. Drop me a line if you want. If not, just keep watching. And please hit subscribe. Please hit subscribe. All right, I'll see you soon. Be good to yourself, okay?